It's Week 6 of the National Football League. We'll see Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bucs and the Bills on Monday night.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. To throw, Mayfield. Complete right side to Otten. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Mayfield to throw it. He completes it to Evans. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 8 catches, 95 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. There's Evans again, complete. Boy, Mike Evans, he's in some discomfort. So we're going to stop play here as they pay attention to him. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That's completed right side to Palmer. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell them, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out
and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Skirts by him at the 35. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Here's Allen to throw it. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Slot man moves right. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Once again, it's Irving. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Palmer going in motion right. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A first carry for Rashad White. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Bucs at a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Mayfield looks to throw. And incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
The Bills offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. Allen going to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air, Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Allen to throw once more. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing, Mayfield. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this 1st half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now Mayfield. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Mayfield now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, quick throw, finding Mike Evans. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Irving. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Evans comes in motion right. 4th down, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Bills offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's 2nd best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Throwing now is Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And so much of football is about mismatches, and here they're going to line their running back out wide to the right, and I think defensively there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that, and they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Allen. Open man is Palmer. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Moore, the man in motion. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So no gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive, 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
They run straight ahead here with White.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So 3rd down. They need to get to the 28 for a first. Mayfield looks to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. To the air, Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Quick slant to Shakir. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a 2nd and 2. Moore, the man in motion. Now Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Baker going to give it to Irving. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Mayfield now from the 50. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Allen going to throw. Finding space at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Right back to Cook for another completion. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Allen to throw once more. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now is Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And this one is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Throwing to start the drive. Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Moore, the man in motion. Allen off the play fake. Now he fires deep for Shakir. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Here is third down and 4. Allen now looks to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's Mayfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Here's Allen.
That is into the hands of Coleman downfield.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Keon Coleman.
67 yards.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back now comes Tampa Bay. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Mayfield on play action.
Complete right side to Otten.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
That's caught by Durham.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
In motion left, Godwin.
Mayfield now.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Holding. Offense.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Mayfield off the play fake. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kalijah Cansey. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
They snapped the ball backed up inside their own 10. Now they're backed up even further, and they can thank their coverage for that. They called the zone, and they were aggressive enough to deny an early window, and that gave their rushers a chance to get to the pocket.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Motion man is Shakir.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Allen to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
To throw, it's Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Pass knocked down by Antoine Winfield Jr.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A run up the middle with Irving. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play the...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have cut it back within a score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Allen. Shakir hauls it in. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Cook up the gut. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To the air, Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He's able to get it to Coleman. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. And again, it's Allen. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Allen going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Throwing now is Allen.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Allen. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kalijah Cansey, his 2nd sack of the night. So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bass is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Holding. Offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Mayfield. That's completed right side to Palmer. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Allen. To the right side, and he's got more complete. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Allen. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Allen now looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
2nd down and 4. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Here's Mayfield. This ball complete to Durham. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Allen has his man. It's Shakir. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Moore, the man in motion. To throw, it's Allen. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 3. Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame woofing has turned into results.
Mayfield looks to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. Now Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That third down conversion good for 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Mayfield off the play fake. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Mayfield now. That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 54 yards. And the Buccaneers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And fighting down it. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. To throw, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Second down and goal. Mayfield.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Over the middle, complete. That's White. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Now Allen.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps away to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Allen to throw it. And complete right side to Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble. Off play action. Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now Allen.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Allen. Touchdown! Khalil Shakir with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensive. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll go up the middle with White. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Buccaneers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.